Marcus, are you ready to finally play a basketball game? It seems like, to me at least, it's been forever since we were at the Sprint Center last year, and now you guys are kind of finally days away.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It definitely feels good. I just can't wait to get out there and just compete.
Marcus, how about your new role as a point? You played it some last year, but do you think physically it's going to help you play an even bigger role in this team?
Yeah, of course. I feel like with me being that point guard, I have the ball more in my hands, so I have the opportunity to make more plays.
And defensive player of the year nationally, how do you take that and bump it up to an even bigger number playing the point?
Just do what I do. Go out there and compete. Stick to scouting report and just defend the way I know how to defend.
Marcus, you tired of seeing your name on all these watch lists yet? Every other day we're getting a new list that you're on.
Yeah, I kind of don't pay attention to it if it wasn't for the coaches sending it to me. I probably wouldn't even see it. That's not something that I just look at a lot or worry about at all.
We know you, so that makes sense. But when you do hear about it, what goes through your mind? I mean, this is a bunch of early season accolades, and obviously not just for this year, but kind of what people have seen from you throughout your career is probably landing you on those lists. What goes through your mind when you see another one after another one after another one?
It's definitely a blessing, just to know about what different coaches and people of higher rank think of me. Just for them to think that I should be up for those awards is just a blessing.
Marcus, how ready is this team to start the season against maybe the number one team in the country?
I feel like we're ready. We've been practicing a long time. I think that we finally tired of playing against each other. We're just ready just to go out there and compete.
How does this maybe compare to last year? You started with the big test last year. You feel like you guys are more ready, a little bit less because of the COVID situation? Where does that kind of stack up?
I feel like we're ready. With Coach Self, I know he's going to make sure that we're ready. I just feel like as a team we've been talking about it, and I just feel like we're ready.
Marcus, what do you know about Gonzaga?
Today we'll start watching film on them, but I've kind of started watching film on them a little bit myself. I just know about a couple of their players. With Drew Timme, I know how good he is in the post, how he can basically score with either hand. Crisper, great shooter. What's his name? Joel. I don't know how to say his last name. I would say he's another great shooter, and then they have the freshman point guard that just came in who's electric. So I feel like they have a great team.
You guys could have very well been the top two seeds in last year's NCAA tournament. Is that in the back of your mind at all?
Oh, no, not at all. Last year is over with. I don't think about it anymore.
You're used to playing these types of games, Kentucky and Duke and whatnot. Does it feel different? I mean, the Zags have been up there like anybody, but does this one feel any different at all?
No, I wouldn't say it feels different. I feel like we usually start the season off with a great opponent, so I think it feels kind of the same.
Marcus, how about this team defensively? You're kind of the captain of the defense. Where do you see the team overall? And then particularly looking at the younger guys, who do you see coming up that can be great defenders?
I feel like everybody competes on the defensive end. I think Tyon has great shot blocking ability. And I just feel like we're long on the perimeter this year. So I feel like we just lock in, we'll be able to defend and hold team to a few amount of points.
Are you ready to handle what like next best defender on the team yet? I mean, do you see that guy out there?
I don't know. I would say I feel like we're a good defensive team.
Okay.
I feel like together we kind of just go off one another. So I feel like we're basically all good defensively.
Marcus, now that you're going to be one of the main guys coming into this year, what kind of fingerprint do you hope to have on the floor?
Can you repeat that?
Sorry. Now, Marcus, now that you're going to be one of the main guys this year, what kind of a footprint are you hoping to have on the floor? What are you going to bring to the floor this year?
Leadership. Just go out there and lead. Knowing that we do have transfers and newcomers, just going out there and lead, knowing that I've basically been here the longest with me and Mitch. So I'm just going to go out there and lead.
How big is it to get off to a good start? I mean, you know, last year you lost that game to Duke. You turned it over, whatever it was, 28 times, and you still finished 28-3. But do you feel like maybe getting off to a big start this year or a good start this year is more important because of how everything's gone?
Yeah, I just feel like getting off to a start is great. I feel like anytime you can get a win is great. It could be a confidence booster. So I just feel like getting off to a great start would be great for this team.
Is there any correlation between that? I mean, last year's game, all those turnovers against Duke. I mean, I know that was kind of just, hey, opening night, but have you talked at all about that, or you guys thought much about let's don't repeat that?
No, kind of not at all. I think that as a team that we know we have to take care of the ball. But we will talk about turnovers and things like that.
Sure.
Marcus, you know Coach Self as well as anyone on the team. Yeah, how has he been through this whole pandemic? Have you noticed any changes at all in how he leads this team?
Not at all. He's actually talking better with the mask on. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's as fired up as we is to get this thing going, and I feel like he'll have us ready.
Got time for one more.
What's the biggest key for figuring out a way to get a victory on Thursday? I know it's brand new stuff right now.
Yeah, just go out there and compete. Let the young guys know it's going to be turnovers. It's going to be ups and downs in the game. I just feel like if we just stick to the scouting report and have a level head throughout the game, we should come out with a win.
All right, Marcus, thank you.
Thanks, Marcus.